attending, actually returning. It's been a while since they've been back, but I want to welcome Luke and Ishail Anderson. They're returning from Uganda. They are missionaries from Uganda, and they just want to share a brief report. And so I feel small again.
We have a slideshow. I think you guys will get it sorted out. I don't know. Bond's been here, so it's not a surprise that we're up front now. But we're so excited that we can be here this summer and actually take the time to visit with you guys. It's going to be a quick visit, but it worked out really well to come home now instead of later. I'll explain more. I might as well just do it now since. Basically what happened, we left last October with the expectation of staying in Uganda for the year and coming back kind of around October again. And then some transition started taking place around Christmas and January for us, and ended up happening was, one of the transition was that I started taking on a couple different roles for different organizations, and one of them became a good fit, and so I started working with a different organization altogether. And after we talked and prayed through it, we decided that we'd agree to stay on with them for another year. So we're expecting to be in Uganda up through April, May, something like that. So another 10 months. So we figured we should come home now when it works out, so that we wouldn't be gone extra long. And it worked out perfect because Mom's turned 60. I don't know if I should say her age, but there it is, it's out there. But she doesn't look it, so it's okay to say it. And then my parents are heading to Cameroon, and I think most of you know them. So they're heading to Cameroon, I think the end of July, early August, so it worked out for us to be able to see them. We're going to Georgia for a few days for a family reunion. And my grandmother's 93 this year, so we wanted to get an opportunity to see her. You just never know once you get to that age. Really don't. But she's still doing, I don't know, she's doing aerobics and everything. She's insane. She does more exercising than me. So anyway, starting in December, yeah, why don't you pause it right here. Or back. I don't even know where we're at in the slideshow at this point. Alright, perfect. This is us. We went on a weekend trip to Mbali, is what the place is where it's called, and there's like these great waterfalls. You can see one of the small ones just behind us, behind Bond. Anyway, you can keep moving now. One of the things I ended up doing, this is a view of the Nile. Jinja is right on the Nile, so we get a great view. You can be jealous. This is Bible study being hosted in our house. We host Bible study with other missionaries. This is kind of one aspect of what we're doing. We were working with this team of people, and then that transition, like I said, happened, and you can move on. This is a group from my home church in Minnesota actually came to visit us, and it was great. And so if they came, I think you guys need to make a representation now. Come visit us in Uganda. Yeah, so it was great to have them. This is them again. And, okay, so one of the things I started doing was I started teaching at a seminary in Jinja. And that was great. It was 3 months I was there, taught a handful of courses, mostly church history courses. And during that time, you can go, keep moving. During that time, I actually realized that I would like to probably pursue seminary education as well. I don't have a degree. This is my class, one of them. I really enjoyed it. And then work transitioned again, and I started construction management for an organization called the Ikola Project. They have about 400 women that they employ in Uganda, and they work with them, and most of them are coming out of poverty and prostitution and just a whole mess of things. Anyway, this is a group doing some of the work. They make necklaces. So my job is doing construction management and a couple other project managements for them. You can pause it now. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing. We're building a vocational center for the women that work there to be able to work out and meet in and do discipleship training in. So I have a big support role with the organization. I'm not so much up front, I'm a lot behind the scenes. And it's actually been a really good fit. Come home most days and I'm exhausted. Vaughn gets annoyed because I pass out around 8 or 9 o'clock. Can't hang out as much, but it's a great job. I really enjoy how tangible it is, and being able to interact specifically with our contractor. We have a really good relationship, and my coworkers are great. So it's been a really good fit for me, and I feel really blessed to have it. Bond's the one who actually I think has really flourished in Jinja since she got there and like found her niche, and it's been really great to see. And so I'm going to pass this off to her, and she's going to talk more.
Hi guys.
Hello.
So since getting there, I started working with Akisa in October, and that's the children's home that I told you about before. I had maybe like 5 or 7 kids that I was working with one-on-one, teaching them how to communicate, because a lot of them can't talk, so it's like a picture communication system that I'm working with them on. And then in February, I got asked to teach these 2 Ugandan girls. They are 12 and 13, but their grade level is more of like first, second, and third grade, like reading, math, that level. So they wanted me to come in and teach science, history, and Bible to them. So that's been really fun. And then our missionary friend that we were working with, the Booths, they have a daughter, their third child, who's kind of neglected academically. She's in kindergarten right now, and they didn't have anyone to teach her. So in my free time, I teach and work with her, just letters and numbers, basic things like that. These are my coworkers at Akisa. And in February, we were able to, with Akisa, Tim Tebow Foundation, you guys all know Tim Tebow, he sponsored something called A Night to Shine, and it was in every state in the U.S., and then he also got to do 2 international sites, and one of them was at Akisa, and it was a prom night for kids with special needs and disabilities. So we got to do that. That's one of the kids that I work with, Jackson. He can't walk, so for like an hour he wanted me to just hold him and dance with him. So that's Rachel. You can't really see her, but she's in a wheelchair. And she's pretty much in love with Luke. So Luke picked her up off the wheelchair. She didn't want to be put down.
I'm wearing the same shirt.
And so they danced basically like an hour, and he was sore afterwards. And then also in January, I started working with the kid like right below me. His name is Ibra, and I was going to his house, not really his house, but we were meeting at his mom's store, like an outdoor store, and I was able to do therapy with him. And then he ended up being part of Akisa Academy, which is where I'm teaching right now, and that opens in February. Those are 2 women. They're called mamas. They take care of the kids that are at Akisa. The one on the left, her name is Sarah, and she's pregnant. You can't tell, but she's pregnant. And the kid that she takes care of, his name is Mweru. He's kind of wild, if I can say that. But she basically needs to just hold on to him all the time, or else he's running around. And I think she's amazing because she does it. She's pregnant, and she's able to hang on to this kid that's like this tall. And other people who try to like hold on to him can't do it. He'll just like run away from them, but she's able to do it. So. And that's Miriam. She's another one of the mamas that I work with. Their biggest role probably is dealing with like behavioral things with the kids that I work with, and also translating for me. And they're teaching me Ugandan and Busoga. And this is my class. That's Ibra, Mweru, Fiona, Isaac, and Zach. Half of them were abandoned by their parents, so they don't have any families. And one of them, Ibra, lives with his mom, and another one, Isaac, has his dad around, but he doesn't know how to take care of him, so he keeps him at Ikisa, the children's home. That's them just eating snack. Again, eating. This is our classroom. It's kind of small. So throughout the day we do fine motor skills, gross motor skills, a lot of sensory things.